Hello guys and welcome to this video. Today, me and my friends are gonna tell you about the Japanese language and its evolution.
Well, first of all, what is it? Japanese is an Anglo-native language with a complex reading and politeness system, spoken mainly in Japan, having its own roots but also influenced by Chinese and, in modern times, by English, to communicate across different contexts. Language family. Japanese is a unique, complex, and culturally rich language, blending traditional scripts with kanji, with some phonic simplicity with the hiragana and katakana to express ideas in multiple ways. Which other language influenced it? Well, the Japanese has mainly influenced by neighborhood Asian language, Korean, Chinese, Ryukyuan language, and to a lesser extent, the cultural vocabulary of Western language, shaping linguistics except across regions. So, after that, let's see which dialects and variations does this language have. Japanese has a standard based in Tokyo, but in practice it's divided in many regional dialects of Kansai, Tohoku, Kyushu, etc., as well as social variants like the formal, informal gender to reflect diversity in communication.
And also, in Japanese is spoken by around 125 millions to 130 millions people worldwide. Japan accounts for almost all native speakers, and that's over 98% of the country's population. Is it growing, stable, endangered, or reviving? Stable, I secure, with over 125 millions native speakers concentrate in Japan. This is not a risk endangerment, not growing significantly. Unlike English, Spanish, or Chinese, Japanese is not expanding globally since it's rarely used as second language. And what are the countries where that Japanese is their official language? Well, Japanese is the official language only in Japan. It doesn't not hold official status in any other country. Although there are large and outside Japan is almost spoken by Japanese communities abroad, especially in countries with significantly Japanese immigrants population such as Brazil, Peru, Canada, Australia, Philippines, and other parts of Asia and South America.
And what's the origin? Well, the exact origin of the Japanese language is uncertain, but the most widely accepted theory is posed that Japanese belongs to the Japonic language and the Chinese writing system adopted during the Kofun era that has significantly influenced Japanese culture and language. The Japanese began with the Japonic speakers that were from the reconstructed language from the Japonic language during the 700 to the 300 BC. Also, the introduction of Chinese characters were introduced around the 6th century and revolutionized the Japanese language. But after some years, around the 9th century, the Kana writing system was implemented to simplify the usage of more complex Chinese characters. And with the Meiji Restoration of 1869, the Japanese language marked a significant point in their history, as the country opened up to the West and began to describe modern concepts. Other stuff also influenced the language, as the reforms that happened post-World War II and the globalization and modernization of the Japanese language. Not only that, but one important factor that makes the Japanese language what it is the fact that Japan is an insulated country, and with a cultural exchange with other countries like China, and important events that are important factors that shape the Japanese language. Some texts that affect the Japanese language are Kajiki, a collection of myths, legends, and historical accounts of Japan, and Nihon Koshi, that is similar to the Kajiki texts. Fun fact, the same texts were made in the span of 10 years. Also, globalization made an adoption of loanwords, mostly from the English language, especially in tech businesses to facilitate communication and exchange technological advancement. Now, before we finish, here's some fun facts about the Japanese language. The Japanese language has 4 ways to write: kanji for complex words, katakana for foreign words, hiragana used for native words, and romanji that is used when writing Japanese with the Latin alphabet to facilitate learning and reading. Also, Japanese is considered one of the fastest spoken language in the world. Japanese sentences typically follow a subject-object-verb order, so an English speaker may write I apple eat instead of I'd eat an apple. So that's everything, guys. Thanks for watching.